Welcome once again to Jacob's Toys 5-minute figure reviews. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. All support is very much appreciated. So today we are taking a look at the Supervillains Wave Red Skull figure. And he is an absolutely awesome figure. Obviously part of the Zemnu Build-A-Figure wave, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Right now let's take a closer look at the figure itself. He obviously came with an alternate head as well. Let me just grab that to bring that into the shot as well. There we go. So the alternate head, and he came with a whole bunch of additional hands as well. So we'll go through those in a second. But there you go. What you see on the screen is essentially what you get. Cosmic Cube, the gun, the figure itself, the hands, and the additional head. Now I want to go as far as saying that this might actually be my #1 pick of the wave. So a little look at that second head there. You can see it's really nice sculpt. Really highlights what the Red Skull looks like. And regarding the hands, you've got trigger finger hands, you've got closed fist hands, you've also got open palm hands so he can hold the Cosmic Cube. It's just a nice range of accessories for a very nice figure. Let's have a little bit of a closer look. It is obviously a new mould, and it is the pinless tech, which obviously adds to the overall look to him. Have a little bit of a closer look at that grinning face. It's definitely menacing. Now people's opinions on this seems to be divided, but me personally, I absolutely love it. I think it really highlights the diabolical look of Red Skull. As I said, it's a pinless tech, so there's absolutely no pins on show there at all. And it's obviously a beefier body as well, because as we know in the story, he had his mind placed into a clone of Captain America, of Steve Rogers. Now I absolutely love the gun that he comes with. It's got the little Hydra logo on there as well. But it's just a really nice, quite menacing looking handgun, sort of some kind of submachine gun. And of course he's got the Cosmic Cube as well, which we've seen with various other figures. Now we last got a Red Skull figure in the 2014 Mandroid wave, so let's just have a look at them side by side. Now he's obviously a very different looking figure, and the problem I found with this 2014 version is he's very hard to pose, with the ball joints on the legs, the coat being a very hard plastic. He's very hard to get into a decent pose, so he very much kind of sits on the shelf as he is. Whereas this new figure, obviously being pinless, he's a lot more flexible and you can do a lot more with him. Personally as well, I like the much more vibrant red colouring of the Red Skull in the new version. So of course what I'm going to do is do a little head swap to see if that works. So let's take off the previous head and let's pop on this new 2021 Red Skull head. Now obviously you can see there the colour between the neck and the head is slightly different, but not enough that it wouldn't they would make a big difference. Now personally I think that new head makes a huge difference and completely upgrades that older figure, so I think I'm actually going to leave it like this. Let's just have a little look at the head that came with the 2014 one. I mean, it's good, it's not a bad head sculpt, it did the job at the time, but compared to these new head sculpt there really is no comparison. So there we go, the two versions of Red Skull, the 2021 version from the Villains wave, the Supervillains wave, and the 2014 version from the Mandroid wave. Obviously two very different looks to the character, but I like it, I'm quite happy, so I'm going to keep that head on this one. The Red Skull is obviously a classic villain in Marvel Comics. He's been around since the early 40s, and obviously his real name is Johann Schmidt. We obviously saw him in the MCU as well, so he's very much a staple of any Marvel collection. And obviously he's hugely affiliated with Hydra. We've had so many members of Hydra in the past, from the army builders right through to obviously Arnim Zola. It's nice to have a decent Red Skull to stand at the front of them. Now interestingly enough, there's one other thing that I thought about when I saw this body, and that is that it resembles Professor X from the animated X-Men TV series when he visits the Savage Lands. Let me just get a picture of that up. There we go. So it's like the green jumpsuit. So yeah, it might be a little bit buff, but it could work with a little bit of customizing. Just an interesting alternative to have, I think. But let's just put the Red Skull head back on and finish up the review with him stood in his glory. One other thing is that you've got the neck peg here that has all the articulation in the neck as well as the articulation in the ball point as well. So let's pop that back on, make sure that it's squared up right. But yeah, all in all, he's a really solid figure. Definitely, I think, my favourite of the wave. And I can't wait to kind of pose him with the rest of the Hydra goons that I've got in my collection. Please do like, share and subscribe if you're enjoying the channel. all, and any support is very much appreciated. But yeah, in regards to the Red Skull, a definite win.